Good morning, hobo lovers, and all you terrorist lovers, because you're all terrorists. It's 5:20, 0520 hours, Central Daylight Time. And the reason I'm mentioning this at all is because you young fuckers think that I'm stupid like you. It's called the Sapper Stratagem. They used it in Vietnam. The Palestinians have been using it against innocent Israeli children, old ladies, civilians for, gosh, half a century now. It's been used throughout history. It's not a new stratagem. I know you would say strategy, but I say stratagem because it's the singular of the, okay. You keep coming at me because what you want to do is take over my life, do as much damage as you can by eating up, say, it takes me almost about 25, 30 seconds to go to your channel, block your channel, then come back and make sure that your comment is erased from my page. See, all you people really can tell you're a bunch of criminals, career criminals. It's Mark actually came back and using his original channel, Mark so-and-so, I don't remember his last name, the professional hobo, which wasn't apparently as big of a success before it mutated into, he probably actually used the same channel. Well, no, couldn't be because I'd already blocked Hobo Shoestring channel. You see, I'm old. I have to do time management. I do the same thing on Facebook. Is if you're either left or right, if you start consuming if you're one of them copy and paste, repeat the same old party line bullshit over and over again, you never say anything original, you're not intelligent, you don't know shit, I just block you. It reduces my reading by 99.999 repetin 9%. They just vanish, magically vanish. But just for your education, that's what it's called, is the sapper, as in sapping your strength. You know, coming at me one at a time, endlessly. And apparently a lot of people are already, some of the information I'm getting, I'm a very quick reader. It doesn't take me long to, please, it's, actually when I was in 7th grade, they tested me 3 times because I was the only kid or adult in the Texas A&M community at 11 years old could read 1,200 words a minute with comprehension and retention rates that were usually always 98, 99, 100%, word for word. As an adult, it's usually only restricted to children. I still was recently tested for eidetic memory, and my results were almost perfect. And I had a subdural hematoma at the time, had a big blood clot on my brain. And so, really, it's been amusing. It's, it's not really the Dunning-Kruger effect, because most of you have no education, and you come up here and I can take one look at your channel and tell that you're gonna be hacked. Mark's got your number now. I don't know what that means. That's also a gangster term. I got your number. You don't have anybody's number. Y'all don't even know my Facebook page. You can't really get my number through this YouTube channel. I don't know what you mean by number. You people have threatened my life. You threatened to do all kind of things and stuff, and tell me, don't come around, don't come around the tracks. You people are acting like railroad yards and railroad tracks are your property. They are not. They are the property of private investors in the United States of America. And you fuckers are all criminals, and you act like, oh, it's America, it's free, you sound like y'all probably talk like neo-Nazi Trump supporters, Proud Boys, and shit like that. I know what's going on here. I know human psychology better than any of you fuckers. And most of you really come across as really super fucked up. And I know what you want me to do is you want me to do that sadomasochistic. That's where actually both parties are guilty. You're never just a sadist or a masochist. You're both. You trade off roles and stuff. You want me to do that sadomasochistic Jerry Springer drama queen bullshit? I'm gonna beat your... You know what? In a life of combat, I've always learned that the party that threatens and bluffs and does what we call feints and stuff like that is almost always the man that is talking and threatening you. While you're talking and threatening me, I'm figuring out exactly when, where, and how many times to stab you or shoot you. When somebody starts threatening me, I stop talking. This may be the point at which I stop talking. And because I really only came on here to, having watched two of, I guess his name is Mark, what was it, like Mark Reynolds or some shit like that? Hobo Shoestrings. I watched two of his videos and sampled a couple more and came to my conclusion that he may have been in the past, but it hasn't been, through all those videos, an active hobo because of the lack of the filth. And I've already explained one of the reasons that I have, number one, I have a non-functioning left arm and I'm left-handed. It's really actually very hard to bathe and change clothes. But then again, I probably don't stink like Mark because I don't drink beer. I don't eat spicy foods like you do. I certainly wouldn't drink anything hops containing. Those people that eat the kind of food that you eat generally have really, or like the typical foodie and drinker and stuff like that is, God, they have bad body odor. And plus, I really don't generate a lot of, excretions. I don't sweat much, stuff like that, especially recently. Even when I do, I'm physically handicapped, extremely so at the moment. You have no idea how hard it is to put on your clothes or to like wash your armpits when you got one arm that's not functioning. So I find you, because I can take one look at your some evil fucker hiding you've never made any, or at your spare channel where you just use to harass people and stuff and try to, because that's what you're doing though, is the Sapper Stratagem. Sapper, Sapper Stratagem. It goes way back in history. During the Roman siege on Jerusalem, during the night, we would tunnel through the sand up underneath them as part of a Sapper Stratagem and pop up under one of the mini camps of the what was 5 minimum Roman legions that was surrounding Jerusalem. Took them forever. We'd pop up in the middle of the night, spring out, kill a bunch of them, go back in the hole and back into our fortifications. You're talking to a Jew who's well educated, and we are a most tenacious people, and it's just not going to happen. If you want to understand my mentality and stuff, you perhaps need to read the history of the siege, the Roman siege of Jerusalem and the Roman siege of Masada. I didn't say Mossad, I said Masada, Masada, a hilltop fortification. Please, sticks and stones, bitches. Sticks and stones. If you don't understand that, it may break my bones, but your words don't, like water off a duck's back, baby.